Wholesome and Wild, Folláin is Fiáin. Sacred Messages, Eolas, Naofa, a special podcast series with Kathleen Farren and Sandra Saradesi.
Welcoming our special guest, Sara Roshan.
Welcome to Sacred Messages with myself, Kathleen Farren, Sandra Saradesi, and Sara Roshan. Sara joins us from Vancouver, where she has a community and a website called Conscious Manifestation. And she's a healer and a spiritual guide. And Sandra tells me she's really good at spiritual coaching. So we're going to explore our experiences with the Fountain of Plenitude, the rose quartz kit, blessed by the seer Almeen, and also whatever emerges in our threesome conversation. You're all welcome. And Sandra, have you anything to say to us now?
Oh, I hardly can contain myself. That's what I was. Anyway, it's an evening of laughter, and I would like to invite you to read from the rune that you pulled from the beginning, because it's wonderful. It really gives us a fresh perspective of, and since the topic tonight seems to be a lot about manifestation, as we bring in Sara into the conscious manifestation, and it's part of the rune. Could you please enlighten us?
It's this deck here, and we picked the angel god Asclepius, and it says, "For intent to manifest, it cannot be intent at all, but only the most fleeting desire. Agenda thwarts manifestation." So here's to fleeting desires.
Fleeting desires. You know, it's about music also, because you said fleeting desires, and I heard the background like a pizzicato, like just there, but very lightly notes in the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I look, yeah. You're saying something more.
I wanted to ask, can you tell us where the deck comes from, please? The runes.
Yeah, this is a deck from the seer Almeen. There's one for every level of consciousness, I think it's put, or and I believe this is the 9th one. And there's a different color, and each color is part of a breathing exercise that we're all doing at the moment as part of like creating a sphere of light around ourselves and everything that is included in it. It's there it is there.
The light explosions.
The light explosions, the color light explosions. It's all available on Almeen's diary. And it's very reassuring to be able to do that. And Sara, you may know these decks better than I. And it's interesting that we picked one about manifestation, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, I like to say hello to your audience as well. And thank you for calling me here, because I had such a joy during the Fountain of Plenitude program, that I wanted to share it. And I've been sharing it with all my friends and everyone, but I was so glad when Sandra said that you are doing this. So I really appreciate that. Such beautiful things. The card you took, I have an example for you. You know, fleeting desire. I would say that is exactly, I am always amazed by this beautiful card, that they come exactly when it's just guiding us how what to start and what is the next step in our life every day. So it's fleeting desire comes when I was looking in my at my home, looking in the mirror at myself, because I just came back from a facial. So I don't do that much, but once in a while I like to do, I'm doing it at home myself, but once in a while I like to do pamper myself. And so I went to this place. I've already, I mean, I talked to them, I knew them, and the person was working there changed and somebody else was there. So I want to make sure that everything is plant-based. And so, you know, because I was turning 60 and I wanted to make sure my face is, you know, I just wanted to give myself that look that I want to enjoy, you know, looking and say, I always enjoy, you know, but looking and say, you know, I did something for this phase that is here to express authentically the infinite intent, whatever it is for me in this journey. So I did this, everything plant-based, everything good. At the end, when she put something on my face at the end before you leave, I felt heavy. Something wasn't really feeling right. And so she wasn't around because she put this at the end and left. So I tried calling her and she came and I said, you know, it just doesn't, something changed and my body, the vibration has changed. I can feel there is something different. And she said, oh, it should be okay. It's the same thing. And then I said, so this is fully plant-based? Yeah, it is fully plant-based. And I said, well, I appreciate if you wash it. I think it's time for me to go. I don't have time. But we washed everything. And I wanted to look at the product. I noticed that there are chemicals in it. Then you see, it's very interesting that how the system works, that the makeups, a lot you can find outside and a lot of things that for your face, which is our skin is so sensitive, so sensitive. Sandra will tell you so much about it. But then it says all plant-based, or they all say vegan, but that means that they are not using animal products. So, but it's not clean. I mean, I don't know about Europe, but in Canada and States, it has to also say clean for not having. So I came home, I was looking in the mirror, and then I said to my inner space, I'm looking and thinking, you know, we have so much tools from Almain, and there is another one that Sandra doing it, and I put all those things together, but never really got to actually practice it and work it on myself even. But you know, you have CG for all over your face, and it's a different process. Yes. And I was just talking to myself in inner space and telling Infinite, please help me to have a fluid structure to organize myself and use these beautiful tools and all the skills that we have in the mystical approach to life for our youthfulness and for all the rejuvenation of the face, rather than I go outside, because unfortunately there is not a lot I can trust. And so it's better every day, it's more and more obvious and important for me, and I think for everybody, to become self-sovereign in a lot of things. So as it just came like a fleeting, Descartes says, fleeting desire. Fleeting desire came to me in 1 second. All my body, I could see inside me that this is happening. And it's only half an hour after. I tell you, because my thoughts manifest immediately, almost most immediately. It used to be manifesting. I knew always that if I want something, I think about it. In inner space, I live it. And it is there when the time is right. And it would have taken from a week to a year, depending in the stage of evolution consciousness I was in, where I was. But now my thoughts manifest almost immediately. So I'm very careful what it comes to my mind, because it doesn't matter if it is something good or bad, it's just there and it is coming. That's why, just like food, the thoughts we are having is very important. Sandra takes and say, well, honey, we have this program that I'm thinking you're enjoying. I look at this Fountain of Plenitude, and then I knew this is the infinite. It just in oneness we are talking and connecting, and this is what I need for rejuvenation. So I didn't say right away. Did I say yes right away? I think because I always sleep on something. Then I say the next day I register.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Sandra, for such a beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, it always, every time I talk about it and I want to share it with other people, it brings tears to my heart. It's not only warmth in my heart, brings tears
Yes.
to my eyes.
It's occurring to me that this process of manifestation has shortened the lapse. Do you see any correlation with the Fountain of Plenitude? Do you see that your manifestations are much quicker, almost instantaneously, since you did the protocol? And then we can talk a little bit about how this phenomenon comes about.
Yes, it does. Well, as I said, because I am obsessed with conscious manifestation, and it is about 6-7 years that I use all the admin's tools as much, and I'm very dedicated, very dedicated. I actually quit my work, and I, simplified my life. I went to a small little place, and I got rid of everything just to be able to learn, and this is amazing tools that is provided for us. So the things is in the protocol. I actually used almost many of them, not the tools, the alchemical oils, the ceremonies. I've done them, but separately in a different way, and only not in deep like you did it. So every time when I looked at it, it was the way is so skillfully these tools are put together beautifully for us. It creates alchemical work. My thought always manifests almost immediately, but my intention, on the other hand, needs a little bit more different. So the intent is also a thought, right? But intent is different because thought is just what was the word in there?
Fleeting moment.
The
Desire.
fleeting moment, a desire, that fleeting desire, that's all it is. It's a vision that you see. You in your inner space, you experience something that you manifest, which is powerful also. But intent needs action. Intent needs structure, as well as that fleeting desire together. So to me, when I went through the protocol, never mind the structures, the fluid, very organized structures that you provided for us on a daily basis to pamper ourselves, to come home to ourselves, to do the work deeper daily for ourselves, because this body is a fountain. As Almin told us many times, teaching in her teachings in many places, and this body is not a tool, it's a creation, it's the source. It is not a creation, it's the source. It's a fountain formed from infinite resources. So resources flow through us, and then we translate that knowledge, that resource, that information, that energy, that frequency to the level of the way as much as we can receive it, and manifest our desire. So express that. We express each of us differently because we have different translation things in there. Huh?
Yeah.
So what you did to me, it does the program. I mean, every day I was just looking forward to see what is next. And every time I am amazed of the way you put the tools together. The deeper and deeper every day is going. It starts the program, please correct me if I'm wrong, but as I remember, because we did it on September, so
Yes.
I looked into it yesterday, but I might make a mistake. But my understanding, as I remember, the program takes your hand from purifying meridians. So it goes through 20 meridians, which is the energy, which is where, if it's blood, all the blockages goes. Question on that, maybe.
Yeah, it's the 12 meridians, and you go through them twice. That's how it is. And I'm interested. I mean, this first phase was originally the only protocol. And then Anita Briggs brought that to us through her vast awareness of the acupressure points. And the wonderful thing about Almeen's work is that it all fits very nicely together. And Sarah, you've been telling us that you're familiar and you've practiced with each of the tools, you know, and the new one is the kit of rose quartz. The wonderful thing about this, with Sandra's voice every morning greeting us to care for yourself, is that it's all of it's many of the tools that we have, and they fit like in a wholesome way. And so what I was thinking was, I wanted to say that when Sarah, you were speaking earlier, the manner in which you communicated with your inner self was very touching to me. You spoke to yourself having learned that a product that you were given was not what you would give to yourself. You know, so what I feel that is a profound thing happens when you're able to speak to yourself in such a kind way. And the Fountain of Plenitude, it kind of just, for me anyway, in my experience, throws the doors open for that, because there's a dedication every morning and evening to do that. I'd be interested in knowing more about your experiences with inner sensations and communications.
Well, yes, as I was saying, that fountain, this body is a fountain. If you, instead of looking at it as a physical form, looking at it as a fountain of frequency and energy. What most of us sometimes, I think people not really paying attention to is that when we are coming to the physical form, so as we are coming like straight into a physical form that is already has cellular structure and information. So it has already a lot of memories and belief system, conditions, skills. And then from that point on, we start from learning in a physical, to live in a physical form, learn and again create our beautiful mind to support and protect us and make sure that in the physical world we are supported and safe, creates a lot of more belief system and social conditions, world beliefs, and all the things that we all know. So all of this goes into this body, physical form. So now we are this fountain into this physical body. Now these are the blockages into the meridian points, as well as organs. Every organ memories that they have in your ears, what you hear, the eyes, and sense of touch and inner senses, all the inner senses that they lost the communication between inner and outs because of the skin. So all these things need purification. So that is something that I feel like is missing in when people are looking at spiritual work, especially mystical approach and tools in working with the body, and the importance of purifying the body. Sometimes we really don't think as much. We think we are separated. Soul is missing. The body is not important in the spiritual world. They say a lot of these things, but the body is a physical form. I am blessed with the body. We are living in a physical life, so we need to manifest physical. Anything is physical. And the program takes you and purifies, or starts to help you to purify these meridians. And it doesn't stay there, because it goes into the organs, and it helps the organs by each meditations, the healings, the alchemical oils. They are inner work. Then again, after that, it goes to the next step, to, as I remember, inner family. I mean, now the balancing of the inner family, the feminine masculine part of aspect of existence which is within us. That feminine masculine is so important for me, because a relationship comes out of that. And people have, what do we have in a physical world? There's only three things: relationship, wealth, and health, right? So all these three related in this program, all of it. So it gives you a foundation that I am really, because to build heaven on earth is my desire, is your desire, it's our desire. And each person who registers, and each person who comes and creates such a programs, individuals, because every day I was looking, every week at the end when I was checking my own vibration, my own feeling, I would see they raise the senses, the magic within the growth in the spiritual way and mystical way. It's not like a magic that people may be used to it to see immediate result. That is not a magic that you see immediate result. Have used external tools, and that is actually not. Maybe you see the result right away, but it's not beneficial for you in long term, because you're going against the benevolent system in place. But the magic we use in the mystical way, it's a magic that we all have. We are accessing it. It's just awakening within us, with our consciousness, with our awareness, conscious awareness, changing our perception. So this magic doesn't show like this. You have to be very tuned, conscious, quiet, feel it, pay attention. Then you just know there is something different. There is a frequency different. There is a sense. If you don't know what is it, after 1 year, you look back and you know this program has changed your life. Why do I say the program? Because it has, a lot of things, and the individual expression of Anita and Sandra, individual expression, their gift, their energy, their frequency, their dedication. You could feel it every day in there. And that brings a lot of magical form. To me, it changed, it creates a balance. It brought to my attention the areas I need to work more. It helps me to organize and see and relate, use the experience, and they have, they've been studying with these tools for years before I start doing it. So the experience that they have to put it together, to work it, the language, it helped me to see the differences in my body and senses within. The program doesn't stop in the inner family, and that's, I'm just like, at the end of the program I said, I was just looking and see where does it take me. Every day I look and I said, wow, they nailed it, because from inner family then they go to the rest of goes well, I think the elements, did we do elements in there? I think we did the elements. And the tools also itself, the rose quartz that you do the exercises, they are blessed, and the blessing, you can feel it immediately. The first day I start using it. And a phase 2 with the yoni egg. I bought my yoni egg just a week before Sandra start this program, and I got 3 of them, because I knew there is something in production system that I need to work in. I just didn't know what. I just felt that. So and we have now a yoni egg that is blessed with almond energy and frequency, which itself creates the evolution. But my intent, as I was telling you, after the program, I would say my intent and took a different shape. The actions and structure would change. My intent became more clear because I am very, how do you say, I'm more into I go deep into the mystical and spiritual world. I remember one time I got a healing oil from Armenia 2 or 3 years ago. And then in the message she put in there for me, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. But she said, spirituality is not everything. You have to live too. So sometimes I just have the tendency to go through things so much and go in a spiral a lot. And forget the main area. I don't really forget it. I think that is necessary also. But then I go to the action part a little bit later. So the program helped me in there, and I saw the manifestation happening in a few things that I participate. So is that answer your questions? And also, I think I wanted to put an answer for Sandra's question as well. If that, I don't know if I cover both.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say I'm intrigued with your. I've never said this to anyone. It's very intimate, I think, but I'm intrigued with your inner space, Sara.
She wants to come on for a party. I can see her face.
I feel there's absolute trust, faith that you are benevolent within. That it's all, it's an exploration. It's fun, and it's it's spirals and it's fluid. The one thing that's really outstanding for me is that there's benevolence within. There's a conviction of that. How does that feel?
Oh, you have it. Maybe sometimes we are not able to see it within us. So if you didn't,
I am sure. I'm sure she has it, because to be able to recognize it in you, you must have it. You're just seeing it from the rear mirror.
Yes.
Well, the cleansing of, or the clearing, the ease that this protocol actually works is worth mentioning. It's because there's an immediate. I mean, it could be the timing. Everything is changing so quickly at the moment in the world that we live in, and it's just that it's so easy to see the before and after when it's a 28-day thing, and that accessing the benevolence, it's such a relief to know that you're a good person. And then to be able to, as Sara has referred regularly to, look at what's happening in your life, and question why is it there, and and just maturely going about well, I don't know if you'd call it evolving, but moving forward in life.
I just want to play with you a little bit
Yeah.
because I don't know what got into me tonight, more so. But you said it's good to know that you're a good person, and
Yeah.
and immediately in my head I heard, it's good to know you're a good person even when you're a bad person.
Well, it's okay once you've crossed that threshold of good, bad,
Yeah.
good, bad, good, bad. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. There's none of that. And I've been wanting to express to Sarah my deepest gratitude because I'm not sure if I expressed it enough, but she was part of the first the protocol of the Fountain of Plenitude, and of course there were some things that we needed some refinement, and she was always so gracefully giving us feedback, and so that the next groups would have a much smoother and more graceful experience. So it was really a labor of love, how the group came together. And when I got the fountain, that we're gonna launch it, and I haven't talked to Sarah at this point for, I don't know, months, years. We had periods we talk, we don't talk, text, but I felt like so compelled. I called her and I said, "You need to sign up for this." And it's like, okay. She says, "I'm going to think about it." And then, boom, yeah, she signed up immediately. And the vibrancy of her being when we had the Zoom calls and see the transformations, and how the unique lens sometimes it shows this way, it shows in a color, it shows in a sense of humor, it shows in awareness, it may show totally in the youthening and the regeneration. So it comes with many gifts in different shapes and colors. But I remember seeing her, and even after she removed the product, she looks probably much beautiful than with that cream that you had on, because you're exuding your inner beauty. It's the real deal, the authentic you that comes through when you polish and you open and you clear and you purify and you like make your temple bright and shiny. And this is what I see here. So you deserve to be enjoying this temple, Sarah.
I think we are all here. I don't think I know from the teaching of Almin Rai that we are only here to enjoy, for the joy of life. And the
Yes.
passion is here just to help us to bring that joy into physical form. So mastering life, it's very, very important for each individual. Mastering the body is the basic and the foundation of it. So most of us will go outside, they try to change something outside, the relationship, the finances, the health and everything from outside, another source.
Mm-hmm.
But it is inside, and the tools that you bring in here, it helps. Yeah, it brings the fountain, purifies the fountain, so the resources could flow in there. So more, because the blockage is in there, you cannot receive as much. It comes for everybody immediately, at once, in 1 second, at the same time. But we only receive what we can. So purifying the body through this. And I love Aisling work as well, because she does help with the diets, the nutrition, and what you eat. And the program of the Fountain of Plenitude also, it takes you into, it just came to me right now, I forgot it again. It just came after the inner senses. So you work with the meridians, with the organs, the senses, the Kundalini energy, and the pranic tube. And it also goes to the pushes, purifies the emotions. That is the one. So after it takes in between to purifying the emotions. I mean, each meridian's working with some emotions, and also works with the organs as well, because they are connected, never been separated. So that emotions create that blockages for wealth or for health, and for the other thing, the imbalance of the inner family creates problems for the relationship. So each person can benefit from this. But even if there is no benefit for us, none of these things is matter, and we don't really have any problem. Maybe it's not the best, but it's not a problem. But this is a very basic reason we came to this body, to enjoy it. And our first responsibility is to be able to fully express. And for that, our first responsibility is to purify the body, purify the emotional body, physical body, mental body, which you do all of it. Because in the protocol, while you are purifying the emotion, it is bringing a new perception. So opening a new window to look. And so the perception also changes, and the evolution of the consciousness for all these three is happening. So even if we were working many years with these tools or similar tools, I don't know if there is any similar tools to that, but if there is, and it doesn't matter to me if anybody, it's a beginning in awakening, or they are masters and teachers, this protocol still brings the balance, the structure, the form, the things that you need to do every now and then. And the beauty of it, that's what I really, really enjoy. And that was the place. And I said, wow, they really nailed this. It was the place that at the end, I mean, I really want to cry now. But at the end, you take, I mean, when all these things done, I'm sure I missed some part. There are other things that have been work, and it are very detailed, very, I mean, playfully there are things inside that I cannot really bring to word. But at the end, the program, take your hand to the state of gratitude. Oh my God. This state of gratitude is for me beautiful. You know why? Now, all of us will say, okay, gratitude is something that, especially in the last 15 years, everybody is looking into it. Oprah started, I think, in 10, 12 years ago with gratitude journal or something. And people are everywhere talking about gratitude. And I can see that people are grateful. Always, wherever you go, you can see there is a change, because from duality, we moved and it's gone. We are into building the oneness. So gratitude comes. But I noticed that a lot of gratitudes that we have, because of the way we grew up and the society's structures, it's very, very masculine, and it is in a very beautiful way masculine, and it is mind-based, and so it's logical. I can see, and Sandra creates such a beautiful program. I am grateful for it. And it is heartfelt. You know, it's very much heartfelt. It's not that I'm saying if it's logical, it's not heart-based. It is heartfelt. But the state of gratitude is another place, totally different place. It's a place of a deep peace within that comes with a contentment. A contentment, I mean, there's a contentment that when you get there, you don't want to go anywhere else. It's enlighten you. It's enlighten you, and then you wanna share with others the sensation that a state of gratitude brings for you. But why is it so important for me to see that program ends there? I mean, it's a mastermind, it's a mystical mastermind behind it, because a manifestation of anything in the physical world, we are a fountain of light. And if it is pure, the body is pure, the mind is pure, and the emotion are pure, then we can consciously manifest. Other than that, we just manifest whatever is old, and we create the chaotic problems, and everything is in there. But with purifying and cleaning, then we are able to consciously manifest. But this manifestation cannot happen because we learned, and Anita beautifully, Sandra, you explained it, I guess. I can't remember exactly what was it, but because that was the point I was looking to see if this is what something I am passionate for conscious manifestation. So this state of gratitude is really, it's a big tool. And I was just looking to see if when you're going into the state of gratitude, are you mentioning this? And I saw it. That's why I remember that somewhere in there it was told that, just like angel gods, that they are such a powerful being, light being, but they are light body. And if we are a fountain of light as well, but the light being, no light being can touch anything, create anything in a physical world. You need body, this source. So for anybody to create anything in a physical form, to consciously create it, you need to be in the state of gratitude. So the gratitude, which is in the chakra, which is 15 inches below our feet, is where we ground ourselves and we manifest beautifully, effortlessly in perfection. So the fountain of plenitude, take your hand from the childhood in evolution of consciousness and take you to the mastery, because it starts from meridian and it takes you to this state of gratitude. Thank you.
Again, the inner sensation of gratitude, beautifully shared. Thank you, Sara. Yeah. And as you were speaking, I have this image of all the stubborn kind of in the way stuff just clearing. And one of the part of it is the ruins, which the angel gods are, giving their gifts through. And I can see as you're speaking how when one area is enlightened and you can see more clearly, it opens the door for another area, like the physical in my case, to change. You mentioned Ashling's health school, Ashling Fitzgibbon here in Ireland, and we met there, and it means that anything that the physical is holding on to and is stuck, when you can see it with the help of the other tools, the ruins or the oils, or the cleansing of the meridians through placing it on acupressure points, I realize now that everything works so well together, but the physical is in my case, the mental and the physical of you can't possibly, or whatever, is assisted to have the door opened to make that change. So if that makes sense to you. That was beautiful sharing. Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for bringing so much delight and spotlight to the body. So because it is our temple, and we know that the biggest and most profound changes happen in the physical. That's why everyone wants to be in the physical. Every race wants to be on Earth because this is the place where evolution in consciousness can happen in a split second. If you have no physical vehicle to create and manifest, what we can create here in one day, it would take eternities without this vehicle. So learning to appreciate, honor, and celebrate the body is essential in order to bring the other components into the oneness, the soul and the spirit. So the soul and the body stop the tug of war, and there is absolutely no animosity among themselves. And this is the reason why life and death are perpetual cycles until we master them both. So thank you, Sarah, because you have a beautiful gift for all of us, among many others. But tonight I'm seeing like your great appreciation for physicality, and is infectious, your passion about the body and about pleasure and about beauty. Thank you for bringing that on.
Thank you. Yes, the physical form. I mean, we are in a physical planet. I mean, why? How could we not respect that physical aspect of existence? And that we are all frequency based, and that frequency is connected to each other. In that state we are connected all together and go into the state of oneness. In physicality we are individuals and expressing individually, and that is the art we need to master. So we are mastering life.
Yes, indeed, we are.
We are mastering life, and that's the part that really important. We master death by letting go of the olds and purifying, letting go, and letting the old consciousness, old systems, old way of living, old way of education, old beliefs die. And we celebrate that death. I think that's what I do. I always celebrate. If something like that dies, I say thank you for all the things that brought to me, and then I allow you and I help you to go. But the thing is also to pay attention to when you walk into this body that you already had programs, and it has memories from past lives, or good or bad, anything, with the judgments that we have. And the things that we create from our childhood have all this. I mean, in my life, if you ask me, the things that I purified maybe more into your program was, there are a lot of things. There are emotions that is purified. But
when you're talking about death, how to master death, but letting go of the old programs, I immediately felt that the challenge of mastering life is welcoming newness.
Yes.
Every moment. And this is the challenge that humanity is presented with, because for as long as we are looking for a life that is predictable, we are hindering newness. We are hindering the birth of magic, because magic cannot be birthed in predictability. It cannot be born in a life filled with schedules and routines where there is no room for spontaneity. So this is the dilemma that we're presented, and why the pandemic is a blessing, because it keeps us in a perpetual self of unknowing. There is nothing predictable. There is constant change. And we cannot cling to a statistics of last year. There is no analysis or logic that can be applied in this situation. Nobody knows what the outcome is, but we can be hopeful that we could create magic together. That is one of the windows of possibilities I see. So the mastering in life is, in the end, being a fountain, being fluid. That's how we master life, surrendering to not knowing, surrendering to not controlling, because there's nothing to control. The only thing you can do is get hold of yourself and self-govern yourself. That's as far as we can go.
Yes. Mastering life is always a start from the time. I mean, it's a beginning of the place that you master death. So first you have to have gratitude for the old. Because when we walk into the body that has program, and the programs that we create during our lifetime for each person differently, those things, when we want to let them go, we are just so used to them. It's a comfort place. It is known, as you say, so it's easy to do the, to leave it like that. But I look at it like, because when we walk into this body, we needed to have a map to go around to live life. So if we didn't have any program in the body, if we didn't have memories and in the cellular place information, we couldn't really live. So yes, we got some information from our family as we are growing up, but that's not enough. The body needs to have had all this information for us to use it as a map. So I'm grateful for all the things that it's been there, the old beliefs, the old way of looking life, the old consciousness. Why? Because that was my map into finding my way to life, to light. But then there is a time for things to go. It is time to die. So I have to celebrate that by looking into all the things that this map brought for me, or create. I did. Then the rest of the map I created as I grew up, with all the things that we live and have. But and that's okay. A lot of people out I see. I cannot say, I used to say unfortunately, but I don't say it anymore, because everything is imperfection. Everything is imperfection. Everybody, and that's okay, because if the soul, a consciousness, a frequency within, from the source into a physical body, have had enough and doesn't want to welcome change and new consciousness, and then because the old will live. That's the way it is. It's a benevolent system. It does the work. The old will live. So either we want to welcome it or not. So if we welcome it, then we can resurrect in the body, right? If we let go of all the old consciousness, old belief and everything. So then the body can start live. But if we don't want to let go of the old and celebrate that, then the body also need to go with that old consciousness. So, and that is also beautiful. Everything in life is a celebration of life. So that's what I wanted to say, that it's important to allow old to live, but also because most of us really have hard time to look into the body that we came with information with it. It's from our ancestors or other lifetimes, or so. A lot of us don't really appreciate that. So I thought it's important to look at it as a map, so you can allow yourself to participate in the programs that are taking your hands and assisting you to the highest good of yourself therefore for all the people in this planet. So I hope I really enjoyed this program. It did affect me, and I am sure, and I have no doubt, it's a very deep mystical experience. And I have no doubt that everybody who's watching this or will hear from it will benefit from it in one way or another, and beneficial for each individual for their own purpose. So for mine, maybe a little bit different, for yours and different, but it does allow, it helps to for the song of the self to come out, for the old to go, and it helps us. It's like it taking our hand when we are dying to allow that to happen. So it's like you are helping for the old to leave. And so we have assistance. We have assistance if we want to let go of the old. And this is a program. We have the assistance. And if we want to master the life, this is a program, because it helps celebrate the death and letting go of the old. And it brings you and place you, state you, give you a foundation, a very, very strong foundation into the state of gratitude. So I hope you register.
Mm-hmm. And freeing yourself of fear.
Fear. Yeah, I mean, between all the emotions that I always needed to purify and heal within me, fear was always coming. Fear is something that, I mean, it's helpful because it helps us to move, but it is something that always follows. So fear, and when you say worthlessness, I have my hands up too. So for both of them, is to the sabotaging my own body, not emotionally, not physically, with all the foods and a lot of other tools and food that generously the world providing for people to sabotage themselves. I have used that too, so I understand it, because my inability to allow happiness and to deserve happiness, it's very big for all of us. I think most of us in our family, when you look around and see, you're afraid to shine and to be happy and to enjoy life, and because there's a lot of pain going on, and a lot of there is a lot of pain. I think that's the reason a lot of people doesn't feel to deserve happiness. Although we say, I'm happy, I'm doing this and that, but a deep peace, sense of contentment, and a state of praise that you are like, it glows, it comes from inside out, is not there. Because, I mean, to my experience, I don't know, but I think I always, all my life, I felt guilty to be happy, to have a good life, or to enjoy something. So I always try to be in somewhere that doesn't really shine. It has enough, not a lot of problem, not a lot of joy and happiness and things to celebrate, just a little bit. So that is something that we learn to, or I'm still learning though.
Well, the one of the great things on the practice is the forever new oil.
Oh yeah.
You know, so while you're coming at it from those different perspectives and practices, there's one of the 4 oils that we would use, the fragrance alchemy oils, is forever new. So that's, speaking to your body through the acupressure points and more mystical places. And
I tell you, if you don't do anything, only use those oils, you feel the differences.
Yeah.
I mean, they are amazing, amazing. That forever new. It's really beautiful. Last week, when I talked to Sandra about this program, it got me to bring them out. Although I meant to do it again. This year, it just didn't happen. It's been such a different year since January. So I brought all the programs, the paperwork and everything out to look into it. And then I realized that it is time for me to do it again. And so I looked and see, and some of the oils is not there. So I ordered my oils, and I'm waiting for them to come. So once they come, I'm gonna redo the program. It's yeah, because this is a work. It's an ongoing work. We need to do it every now and then. And I've done the meridian cleansing 1 year every day. I remember 1 year every night I put 20 meridian on me for a whole year. But after that, every 3 months or so, I had 3 weeks. Again, I had 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. So, but this one is also, as I say, it's a magic, but a magic that doesn't destroy anything else to receive something. It's a magic that is naturally there. We just awakening, and it's a process. You don't see it right away. It's a process, and then just allowing it to happen, and trust your own inner being. Then the changes happening. I am so grateful for all the changes that's happening, for all the people who dedicate their time and life to create such a beautiful program, and for all the people who take their time. It is time consuming, and it takes their time, and they organize their life around this work to work within, because this is the only thing we need to do, work within. That's it. For the whole world to change, to see our children to have a better place to live, just to work within. So I'm very grateful for all the people to take time to work in their own inner space and create that sacred state of being within, and then in their own home. It will go outside too, it will ripple to the society as well. We just need to trust it and just do things that we can to create that purity in the body and that purity in our space.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm sure you have an interesting time with the conscious manifestations, spiritual coaching that you do, and I just wanted to mention that to let people know that if they wanted to be in touch with you, that would be a good place to go, the website. It's so lovely to hear you speak, Sara. It's such a big picture you paint, and yeah, the whole body, the whole being. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I always follow you on YouTube and I enjoy your fire. It's such a beautiful fire you have in some of the videos, and your energy, the frequency, the authentic expression that you have. I really enjoy that videos. We met, I've been watching that, and even on Facebook, and I've been looking into your work, but we met on Aisling Health School, which is also a beautiful program. But I met Sandra, I think, in a retreat on Ontario. And then, and I remember from the first time I saw her, I knew there is a master in there that I would love to always know. And she is really deeply connected with what she's doing, and enjoys and then dedicate her time for other people to bring change to their life. So two very beautiful souls sitting here.
Well, it's
Sandra who has got us together. Sandra's introducing me to some beautiful people who've done this Fountain of Plenitude and who've been on the path, journey over the years. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you for playing in this beautiful playground. It's wonderful to play with you all. I love you dearly. And Sarah, I'm mesmerized and you never cease to amaze me. Your flourishing is endless.
Oh, I love you.
Cheerio.
Thank you.
Thank you.